Welcome into the Inside Carolina Player Preview. Today we're talking about Kinston's own Dontrez Styles entering his sophomore season. For Inside Carolina, I'm Ross Martin, joined by Adam Smith. I think Dontrez Styles has the opportunity to have a big season and be a big depth piece for UNC, playing the 3 or the 4. Last season didn't play too much, had some big moments in the NCAA tournament, came up clutch for UNC, and really is a chance now to, I think, play a lot more as a sophomore and contribute as a rebounder, defender, and an option to score at times.
Nice reference from Kinston, Eastern North Carolina. Shout out there from you, Ross. I think that Dontrez Styles is one of these guys like Puff Johnson, and Leaky Black, where the way they are able to embrace their roles will be key, I think, to UNC's success. I mean, Leaky Black has embraced his role for years as a defensive player, and I think what Puff Johnson and Dontrez Styles can bring off the bench could go a long way in determining how far UNC goes this year. I mean, last year they had the Iron Five, who rarely came out. They put a ton of minutes on those starters, and I don't think Hubert Davis has to do that this year with Puff and Dontrez Styles and Seth Trimble and maybe some of those guys. So. Yeah,
and I think the difference between Dontrez Styles and Puff, I think Dontrez Styles is a little bit more of a burly kind of. He can play the 4. He's a little bit shorter, but he can play the 4. He's a rebounder. He's athletic. Probably one of the more athletic players on the team. And look, I mean, the shooting is there. If he worked on that, he had a clutch 3, as I said, against Baylor. Yep. And when he gets in, just like I said with Puff in a previous preview, take the opportunity, take those 10 minutes, be active, defend, rebound, and score when you can. And so I think he has a chance here if Hubert Davis does extend his rotation to really get some solid minutes in and play that role and be a depth piece for the Tar Heels.
Play as hard as you can. Go as hard as you can when you're in there. Pour it out, and then Hubert will probably sub you out and get Pete Nance or Leaky Black or somebody like that in there. But yeah, I mean the 3 that Dontrez Styles hit to start overtime against Baylor and Fort Worth, Carolina had to have it, and they got it. Yeah. And I think that his experiences in the postseason can only help him going into this season. I'm interested to see what type of player he comes back as, what type of player Puff Johnson comes back as, because you feel like you know what you're going to get with Caleb Love, R.J. Davis, Armando, those type guys. I'm interested to see how much improvement these guys have made in the offseason. And yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to meet Dontrez at the rim when you talked about sort of more of a burly guy. I mean, he could dunk it on you.
We imagine he'll sub in at the 3 or the 4 for a combination of Leaky or Nance. You can play Puff and Dontrez together with Baycott. There's a lot of options when you're a versatile like both those players are. And even, he may play 10, 15 minutes and have some big games, but really this is a chance to improve, get better, get some experience, and then next year become more of a rotational kind of starting player for Styles as a junior. But sophomore season for Dontrez, depth piece off the bench, but definitely we think he will get a good amount of minutes for the Tar Heels. For Inside Carolina, I'm Ross Martin, joined by Adam Smith.